Hello, the Historical Gamer here, and welcome to the final climb. Season 40 of the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet rank ladders last season. This is because Season 41 is going to be semi-infinite. So Season 40 is going to be 1 month, and the last proper ranked season. This series showcases me trying to climb the ranked doubles ladder, while using a more powerful team every episode. The first one built by myself, and the second one by a good competitive VGC player. In this video, I used 2 Reg H teams, both built around Hisuian Pokemon. Let's jump in! And welcome here to the final climb. I know this isn't actually the final ranked season, but it might as well be, because after Season 40, Season 41 will just go on till the end of service. Plus, it is the final season before Pokemon Champions takes the spotlight in April. So, what's the aim? Get past my latest rank battle rating and my highest one ever, which was getting up to the Great Ball tier, specifically rank 7. We're going to be using 2 teams today, both of which are the weakest teams I'm going to be using in this 3 video long series. They're both Reg H teams. One of which was built by me for the Grand Challenge 3, and the other was built by Wolf Glick, that being his Zoroark team, that he used at the Milwaukee Regionals 2026. Even though it was in 2025, it's counted as the 2026 season. Now, this team, this one I built, is definitely the weakest team we're going to be using. It has not many EVs applied, to be honest. So, as I was saying, Rillaboom has Taunt, even though it's Assault Vest, and looking at this Farigiraf set, you can see that it was also very unfinished. But, thankfully, the Tinkaton, Raichu, Amoonguss, and Arcanine are all working fine, with Raichu even having fully applied EVs, as it was one of my playthrough Pokemon. As you can also see, the Terra types are incomplete. Oh well. Now let's get into this, and also I think the natures are incomplete. You get the gist. So, let's get into Game 1. So, found an opponent. I think we start in the Pokeball tier because of how high, for me, I finished last time. The ladder is currently Reg I, but this guy seems to only be using 1 restricted Pokemon, which is great because I'm using 0. Honestly, the problem for me is really Tailwind, and I don't have Trick Room for Farigiraf like I would have wanted to. I'm almost certain that's Urshifu Rapid Strike. A lead I tend to find reliable is Tinkaton Amoonguss, because it lets me fake out and put something to sleep. I think Rillaboom's probably strong, as it sets up grassy terrain. Also, Amoonguss can put stuff to sleep. Then there's Indeedee, meaning I've got to worry about Follow Me, meaning that Crunch Arcanine could probably be strong. I'm actually going to lead Arcanine Tinkaton for the combination of good damage and fake out, while having Amoonguss and Rillaboom in the back. Well, we don't mind Airlock because we're not using Weather, and Intimidate should affect Rayquaza, so I can confirm it's not Clear Amulet. To be honest, you don't see many Rayquazas. If you're wondering what Muscle Band does, it's like Choice Band, except instead of powering things up by 1.5 times, it powers them up by just 1.1 times, in exchange for having no drawback. An E-Speed could be effective, but I think I'm just going to go for a Rock Slide here, and I guess I'll go for a Fake Out, unless Tornadus is Covert Cloak. It protects, which is actually quite good for me. Oh, Double Protect. Maybe they were trying to avoid the Fake Out. Honestly, most people don't know what to do against the Tinkaton. So the Double Protect is going to block both hits. I'm actually going to try and... I'm actually going to try and encore the Tornadus, as I really don't want Tailwind to go up. Tailwind went up. But hey, they're stuck using Tailwind for 3 turns and my plan goes correctly now. Ah, not fun for me. I'm not okay, that was a crit on Arcanine. So I'm not really sure what I want here. Knockoff could be useful, but I'm actually gonna bring in a Moongus and hope I can use Rillaboom for the late game. But I've pretty much already lost this. I'm definitely not going to Terra Steel. I'm thinking of Toxicking something. Or maybe Spore. Or honestly, I could just Pollen Puff Tinkaton. And go for a Play Rough on the Rayquaza, just try to do a little bit of damage. Oh wait, Dragon Ascent's a flying move. This isn't gonna be fun, is it? Are they protected? I just got free Pollen Puff. Usually I would use Sash, but I can't actually here. I'm not sure whether the right call is to put Rayquaza to sleep or Toxic it, but I doubt I have the Stool power to actually survive. For that long, so I am going to try and Spore the Rayquaza. And a Spore plus... Honestly, Fake Out could be useful later, but I'm gonna Encore it. Yeah, Spore plus Encore. Yeah, I forgot about Rage Powder. Always forget about Rage Powder, always think they're gonna use Spore. Well, at least I know it's stuck using Rage Powder now. And Spore won't do anything. Oh, wait, no. Moongus isn't affected by the Rage Powder. So, I think what that gives me is another free Pollen Puff, and a way to start chipping it down in Play Rough. Because I don't actually think switching it out is worth it. So it seems like it was Rocky Helmet. Sorry if I'm gonna have to cut audio at some point. Okay, we've successfully stalled Tailwind. I think it's honestly still the right call to just go for a Pollen Puff, and I think I'm actually going to switch into Rillaboom, as I think Grassy Terrain, not Grassy Terrain, I mean Fake Out could be really useful later in the match. So it would have been helpful if I did have Fake Out on this Rillaboom instead of Taunt. Rage Powder won't do anything. Okay, Rayquaza's probably running out of sleep turns now. That didn't actually do anything. Okay. Amoonguss is on-called for one more turn. So, I think what I go for is just Pollen Puff Rillaboom and go for a... Honestly, probably a Knockoff. Knockoff seems like a great idea to me. Yeah, in case Rayquaza wakes up, it's gonna obviously Dragon Ascent the Rillaboom. Okay, that one hit KO'd. I'm a bit done for. This game's pretty much over, but I'm gonna play it out till the end. Because that's just what I like to do. Yep, so now they have Urshifu Tornadus on the field. I knocked out 2 of their Pokemon, which is honestly quite good for this team, as I wasn't able to get any wins with it before. Might as well just have a last ditch play rough. Which, I did have some trouble with the move being not 100% accurate when I used it in a GC. The Terastalize. Honestly, with Terra Steel though, and Gigaton Hammer being 160 base power stab, that actually means that Gigaton Hammer with Terra Steel is 200, 300, 320 base power, which is kind of mad. And Tinkaton gets knocked out, which is the end of this match, so we'll be moving on to the next team, that being the one which wasn't built by me. And I'll show you what a much better team in this format can actually do. I'm back, I've dropped down a little, and we're now going to be using this iconic Zoroark team. Unlike that Grand Challenge 3 team, which in the current state I had it in, I had a 0% win rate with, I have more like 75% win rate with this team. Except we're now playing dual restricteds in Miraidon and Calyrex, but that's actually quite easy to handle. So Zoroark can be quite good, especially with dealing with Calyrex. Incineroar is, yeah, pretty much needed, so I think I go Incineroar, Zoroark as the lead. Zoroark also has Icy Wind, which makes it great against Miraidon. Now, my answer for Urshifu is probably Dragonite. I have to include Whimsicott for the Disguise Ice to work. Honestly, Gholdengo is great because it does loads of damage. Then the question is, how do I deal with their Blood Moon? Which I would think it's low kick on my Dragonite. So this is the 4 Pokemon I'm going to go with. It's actually quite unusual for me to not bring Gholdengo and Blood Moon, because usually I bring both of those Pokemon. So they actually just led with both Restricteds. Right, so I kind of have a choice. I can knock off and Flare Blitz, so I'm actually threatening the Calyrex a lot. Instead I'm actually just gonna fake out the Miraidon, because it's way too much of a threat for me. And I could try and slow it down next turn, but honestly I'm going to opt to Bitter Malice the Calyrex, because its attack going down, again, is crucial. Because this is quite a hard matchup. Okay, so the only thing that's going to happen is faking out the Miraidon. Still, bit of free chip. Nobody minds free chip. But now I've definitely given away that I am Zoroark, not Whimsicott, so they'll know that by this point. So here what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to go straight for a Flare Blitz, and I actually think I will go... What type is Zoroark again? Zoroark's a normal ghost type, and it's Sash, so it can take a hit. So, honestly, I'm just going to aim to take out the Calyrex, which I know is a bit unrealistic, but I'm gonna try. Are they terroring? They're terroring one of the Pokemon. It's gonna be Calyrex, I assume. So I didn't really account for that, aka I just made a horrible play. Volt Switch does more damage than I feel like Volt Switch should do, but this is a Miraidon we're talking about. He just brought in a Moongus. Bitter Malice does better damage than I expected. So Again, I'm in quite a hard spot again. I feel like I need to KO something. Lowering speed is going to be of a lot less use to me, so I'm actually just going to switch into Zoroark's Focus Sash isn't actually broken, so I'm actually just going to switch into Dragonite here. And then with this Zoroark, I'm going to attempt to land another Bitter Malice, now being put to sleep, hopefully. So, to be fair, it seems like prophesied that Dragonite will go to sleep. Yeah, Dragonite falls asleep. But still, I get another Bitter Malice, I think. Ow. Okay, that did a little bit of damage considering it was at -1 attack. And in Wolf's words, Zoroark has just turned into a hair model. A very good one, might I add. So we're just going to send its attack right back down with another Bitter Malice. So we send out Incineroar again and have to deal with Clear Amulet again. But I think the logical thing here is just go for Fake Out and then go for Fake Out, then go for Bitter Malice. As I don't think they're going to see. Oh, okay, right. I don't think they're going to see much point in putting a 1 HP Pokemon to sleep, but it seems they did. They evidently saw the value in it. I don't. Yeah, makes sense. They used Amoonguss to KO Zoroark. So now I'm down to just Whimsicott and Incineroar, which definitely won't be enough to win the game. So I'm used to using this team in much lower parts of the ladder, which is why it doesn't seem particularly good. But trust me, it can be good given the right scenario. And I'm just gonna Encore the Calyrex because with Prankster, that means it's stuck using Protect for a couple of turns. Ouch. At this point I'm just seeing how many KOs I can take. Nice. A lot of damage onto Amoonguss. And it has probably a Citrus Berry. Citrus Berry, yeah. Electric Terrain's off, but we've pretty much lost this. I do want to go for another match, but I'm still just gonna play this one out. Ow. It's not like it was Sash, so that's kind of fine. Okay, we knocked out the Amoonguss. And probably our own Incineroar. Gleam, and we're done. So as you can see, this game didn't go too well, but I am going to play another game with the team, and hopefully show off what Ursaluna Blood Moon and Goldango can do. I called this series the final climb, but right now it seems to be the final drop. Hopefully that will change next episode though, where we will be using a lot more powerful teams. Because I climbed up to rank 7 using mostly a Miraidon Calyrex Ice team, with a bit of help in the earlier tiers from the teams I'm showcasing now. Okay, so found our next match, which is against a pretty unorthodox team, like having Indeedee without anything that can use Expanding Force is quite strange to me. They seem to have Prankster Tailwind Whimsicott, which again, a bit of a problem. As I said, I do want to show off what Evil Frank and Goldango can do. Incineroar is generally a great lead, but they don't actually have that many physical attackers. Though I am still threatening a lot against the Whimsicott. That rhymes. The problem is Kyogre. I mean, Kyogre is going to be a problem no matter what. I think I might just not bring Zoroark here, even though it's the main attraction, because this team should probably be able to function on its own. Yeah. So this is what I'm going to be bringing. With Covert Cloak Prankster Whimsicott, I should be able to set up Tailwind, and hopefully Flablitz my way through their team. Or at least that's the plan. Yeah, they sent out Kyogre, because why would they not send out Kyogre? It's Kyogre. Things I don't know whether it's worth it to Terra immediately, because I don't Terra into a resistance. Intimidate is doing practically nothing here. I am actually just going to fake out the Kyogre and Tailwind. It's purely setup, but they're also obviously going to go for Tailwind, so this will be valuable later in the game. Or at least, I think it will. Now that actually allows me to Encore their Kyogre. Or if I wanted, I can fake Tears. So Prankster Whimsicott is really useful. Okay, good information here, they've got the faster Whimsicott. Now, my plan here is really just don't let that Kyogre do its thing. So I'm just going to knock it off and Encore it, and hope that I don't get encored by the opposing Whimsicott. No, I got taunted, which, frankly, that's even worse. Water Spout will probably KO Incineroar. Who could have guessed? My fire type got KO'd by a Water Spout from a Kyogre. But what I do get to bring in, Make It Rain, aka Goldango. This thing is, well, unfathomably overpowered, so if I just go for a Terra Water, Make It Rain, and, okay, yeah, Taunt's active, so, yeah, Make It Rain and a switch into Evil Frank, which I think might be the funniest name on any of these teams. Frank is unfortunately a ground type, so we might have a problem. Okay, the Whimsicott drops. Kind of catchy, actually. I'm used to actually using Goldango as my cleanup sweeper, but here I kind of had to use it totally. And I'm actually using my Terra on Ursaluna. But as you can see, I'm not very practiced with this team. So, here I'm looking at the Weavile. It is dark, which is slightly a problem for me. I can just go for a Make It Rain again, which I'm actually going to do. Does Taunt still fly? And is Tailwind still up? Tailwind is still up, as suspected. So, yep. Make It Rain plus Fake Tears should probably be enough to get rid of it. But Prankster only gives me +1 priority, so Whimsicott faints. Make It Rain does pick up the KO on the Weavile. And an Origin Pulse KO's Goldango. The Cheese String Man is dead. So, while we may have gone on a losing streak here, I think this is actually quite a good start to the series, considering I am using Reg H teams on a Reg I ladder. this was the Historical Gamer, and now I'm just going to quickly show you the rental codes for these teams. So in case you want to use this team built by Wolf, as I said, here's the team ID. It's also in his video. And here's the team I made. Why would you ever want to use this? I don't know, maybe a challenge. But hey, if you want to use Nasty Plot Baton Pass for Rigoroff, here's your team ID up in the top right. So this was the Historical Gamer, and goodbye.
Follow me into the dark with your heart as the arc which will shine you away. Because I'm with you in the dark with your heart as my mark which will guide you the way through the waves. Come follow me into the dark with your heart and the arc which will shine you away. Because I'm with you in the dark with your heart as my mark which will guide you the way through the waves. When the demon horde is crying and the blood is gushing dry, raise up your bat for burning fight. When your hope is slowly dying and your future's lying